Hi there and welcome. Yes, welcome along to my first ever video blog, or vlog I believe they're called. Now there are going to be plenty of these as we go through time. I'm going to try and record one of these, at least one a week, maybe a couple if I get the opportunity. And the idea of these vlogs is going to be to serve you, to teach you, to help you, to encourage you to live a life on your terms. Because that's what we all want, isn't it? A life on our terms, a life according to who we are, what we want to do, what we want to achieve, who we want to become. That's what life should be about. That is when we're truly happy, surely. Now each of these video blogs is going to be based around a saying or a phrase, something I come across in, whether it be on a YouTube video or in a book or something I come up with myself, and I'm going to expand on that to try and serve you best. And today's is about this saying here. It's not what we have that makes us happy, it's who we become. And that's exactly what I want to talk about in all of my videos, but we're going to start right here with that one. Now surely the thing that's going to make us most happy in the world is to live to who we are really at our core, and our core is right down there. That's who we are at our core. But do many people actually understand who they are at their core? Do you? Do you know what your core true identity is? Do you know how to be completely authentic to who you are? You see, the thing is, we go through life and we unconsciously pick up patterns and values and belief systems, some which serve us very well, but some which absolutely don't serve us at all. In fact, they hold us back. They stop us from becoming our true selves. They go completely against who we are at our core. So as conscious human beings, the best thing surely to do is to figure out those values, those belief systems, and the rules that go with them, so that we can consciously know them, consciously focus on the ones that are key to us, the ones that make us happy, and consciously change the ones that don't. You see, we all have a set of values and beliefs. That's how we live our lives. It doesn't, though, mean that we live absolutely to who we want to be. You see, we all have positive values. You might consider a positive value integrity, or love, or caring, or honesty. But we also all have negative values. If I can ask you for a second to think about and name some feelings that you would do almost anything to avoid having to feel. Really think about that for a second. You see, whatever the answers you come up with are, they're your negative values. And the rules attached to those values will determine whether you feel those or not. So I'll ask you, now you've got maybe two or three, think about two or three feelings that you would do almost anything to avoid having to feel. It could be not being good enough, not being worthy, not being loved, anything like that. So I'll now ask you to pick one of those. Let's say not being good enough. That used to be one of mine, believe me, and when I first discovered that and the rules behind it, I was incredibly shocked about how I created that within myself, how I created not being good enough within myself. Nobody else did it. I did it to myself. So now that you've picked one of these negative values, all I'm going to ask you is, what has to happen for you to feel that? What has to happen for you to feel that way? Write down a list of things that you feel has to happen for you to feel that way. These will be your rules. These will be the rules for you feeling that way. Now, if I can take myself as an example, when I didn't used to feel good enough, when I used to feel not good enough for anything or anybody, my rules were so simple to achieve that I felt like it all the time. I used to have rules like, well, you know, I'll try something and one person will say the slightest, tiniest negative bit to it and I'll give up on it because clearly I'm not good enough to do that. Or it could just be a feeling inside me. I could just stop and go, yeah, that's not very good, is it? And that would be it. I'd give up. I'd never do it again. Those simple rules meant how easy was it for me to feel not good enough? It was really easy. I could do it in seconds. You see, now I've changed my rules, because when we consciously come across those rules, we can consciously change them. So now I have a rule that I will only not feel good enough when the top 5 people in the world that I respect the most come up to me and say, do you know what, Graham, you're useless and you're utterly bleep. I can't bleep out stuff on this video. I'm not clever enough with this whole technology thing to do that. So what do you think the chances of the top 5 people I respect in the entire world, by the way, 3 of who I very rarely meet, are going to come up to me and go, Graham, you're useless and you're bleep? Well, they're not, are they? All 5 of them to come up to me at the same time and say, that's not going to happen. So guess what? I don't feel not good enough. I feel good enough all the time. So I'm going to encourage you, as this vlog comes to an end, to discover your negative rules. Discover what makes you feel that way, and then consciously change it. Consciously set up a different set of rules. Once you've done that, you'll find your mind goes straight to them. At the moment when I first started not feeling good enough but wanted to change my rules, I would feel not good enough and my mind would go, hang on, have those 5 people told you that? And I'd get a kind of a poke in the back of my head and I go, no, actually they haven't, so I must be good enough. Let's get on with it. So I'm going to encourage you today to do that. Some homework for you. Yes, I know it's a bit like school, but hey, you know, homework's key sometimes, particularly in the rest of life. Maybe not at school, but definitely in the rest of life. I'm going to encourage you right here and now to discover your negative values, to discover the rules that work around those negative values, and then consciously change the rules so that it's incredibly difficult for you to meet them. Now, as I said right at the start of this, I'm going to start recording these on a regular basis so that you can keep coming back and visiting. In fact, if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, I'd really appreciate it. And you can come back and you can go through the videos and you can learn more with every video you go through. I'm going to do my best to serve you with the best information I possibly can. Now, if just for a minute I can talk to you about me as a strategic coach. I love nothing better than coaching people and helping people to live a life on their terms. It's a phrase I love. Living my life on my terms is what's core to me. And I want that to be core to you too. So if you're interested in finding out who you are at your core and then going and living to that core and living life on your terms, I encourage you to get in touch. I'm fairly busy as a coach, but I will honestly try and fit you in if I can. Now, underneath this video, I'm going to add some links to where you can get in touch with me. I'll put my website. I'll also put I record video courses and I put them on a site called Udemy. If you haven't heard of Udemy, it's a brilliant site for wanting to learn stuff. So I'll put some links to the courses I've currently got up there, and I will be adding to them all the time. So listen, thank you very much for watching. We've gone through, let me just look at the time, just over 8 minutes. So thank you for sparing 8 minutes of your time to watch this little video. I hope you come back and watch more videos as I put them up. But for now, I'm going to wish you the very best of a day or night, depending on what time you're watching this. And I hope you go and live life on your terms. Until I put the next one of these videos up, I'll see you soon. Bye for now.